Didn't mean to treat you bad, but I did it anyway. And then maybe some say life was dead.
Smell the gumbo. You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio.
Your friends that stand around you watch you crumble as you fall to the ground. And then someday your friends that stand beside as you were flying. Oh, you were flying oh so high. But then someday people look at you, they're what they call their own. They watch you suffer. Yeah, here you're going home. And then someday we can take our time to brush the leaves aside so you can reach us. Hey, but you let me fall behind. And I know, yeah. Didn't mean to treat you so bad, but I did it anyway. Now I'm stand by me, yeah. Some would say you left with what you had, but you couldn't tell the pain, yeah. Now, couldn't share the pain and watch she suffer. Now maybe I could have made my own mistakes, but I live for the known. And then maybe we might share in something great. Won't you look at where we've grown? Won't you look at where we've gone? And then someday comes tomorrow.
Smell the gumbo. You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio.
As you trip the fire line, and that cold day when you lost control. Shame you left my life so soon. You should have told me. Hey, but you left me far behind. Now me, yeah. I didn't mean to treat you so bad.
Welcome back to Cajun Sports Radio, Monday, February the 18th, 2013. We're back here after a week off. We were on last Sunday. We come back to our normal Monday spot. We appreciate y'all listening. Dad, it's been kind of an interesting week in sports around here. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, my boy? How's everybody doing out there tonight?
First off, I'm just going to go right into it here. Cam Cameron, they inked it. It was official. What was it? Friday, wasn't it? Was the press conference? And
Friday.
Friday was the press conference, and it was made official. Cam Cameron is now officially an LSU Tiger. What are your thoughts, Dad?
I'm all
big questions.
I think that's the best move they made. I'm all for it. Heard Saturday game, might have been Friday's game with LSU baseball. What a weekend for LSU sports. But anyway, when they mentioned his name, they had a standing ovation in Alex Box. Standing ovation.
Yeah, and the thing is, some questions were brought up during his press conference that I like to hear. You know, what happened in Baltimore? What went wrong there for you to get fired? How will you work in this Les Miles? In fact, let's get some, Dad, go ahead and cover me here. I'm going to see if I should have had this ready. Let's see if I can get some audio footage from that press conference.
Well, any kind of shake it up with LSU football around here, people's happy. The year they finished, what they did, any kind of changes, we all excited. You know, right on the offense, you know, we've got to do something here. You know, we couldn't keep on going with the path that we're going.
Yeah.
So that's why everybody's so excited. You know, we had to have how you say, the path we was taking here. No, after we lost the Chicken Bowl, people been booted. Can I tell you, booted.
Well, something had to, like you said, something new. Something had to be shaken up. Some type of new offense had to be brought in, and let's see here. I don't know if there was cameras. I can't find audio of it, guys. But, I'm sorry. Here we go. Camera press conference right here. Mainly what Dad's trying to say is Les Miles needs help in that offense. Steve Cragthorpe was a great coach. It wasn't working, Dad.
No.
But here we go. Here is some of that press conference, guys, from Friday.
Key hire and a great day for LSU football. I think there's an opportunity to add a very fine football coach.
We've got a great foundation that we can build from, and I think Les just said it. You know, we want to build. We want to build on what we're doing. We want to improve on what we're doing. The first thing that we're doing, I need to know everything that Zach knows. I need everything that Steven knows. I need to know what our guys know. I've seen a lot of games, and it's a great system. And now, you just want to build on it. You know, challenge our guys to get better at some things. And then it's my job to adapt and adjust, and then bring.
Basically, what was said here, and you know, me and Dad did watch the press conference. He says that the question was asked, what's going to happen?
Yep.
When you and Miles start, when you call something and Miles goes against it. He said it. Let's get something straight. Miles is the boss.
Oh yeah.
Let's get something straight here. He said Miles is still my boss. I have to learn to work with him. But apparently, Dad, this guy's going to get full reins to the offense, and supposedly Friday, him and Steve Crabthorpe already started at looking at tape to see what they could do to make Zach Bettenberger a better quarterback this year.
Yep. The boss is still there and all this, but I think in so many words, they're going to let him have the reign. You know what I mean? Him and Miles is going to work together. They got to do something, Lane. Miles signed that big contract. Good deal. He's here. But I knew something had to happen in the off season to jumpstart the 2013 football season.
It's getting positive energy for the for the fans here. Here is basically Cam Cameron's coaching career. He started off in 83.
Mm-hmm.
He was with Michigan from 83 to 84. Who was he here? He was an assistant, a graduate assistant. 85 to 93, he was with Michigan. That's how him and Miles know each other, by the way, Dad.
That's
85
how
to
they
93.
got ties right there.
Right. 85-93, he was the wide receiver and quarterbacks coach for Michigan. 94 through 96, Dad, he was with the Washington Redskins. He was a quarterback coach. He knows a lot about the quarterback spot. Something LSU needs, Dad. Something that the LSU needs.
Oh, that's going to jumpstart Mettenberger.
Yeah.
You know how much that's going to improve his career? Y'all just listen to what I just said. He needed Mettenberger, someone, to do something with him.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. You said it throughout the whole time. You never gave up on Mettenberger, that he is pro material. In the pocket. This coach here just saved Mettenberger's future. And you watch what I'm telling you.
Oh, definitely. He has. Look what he did for Joe Flacco. Look what he did for Drew Brees. Well, here's the thing.
Right. Flacco, the whole bunch.
Here's the thing with Cam Cameron. I'm going to continue with his coaching deal. From 97 to 01, Dad, he was the Indiana head coach, the Indiana college. Then from 02 to 06, he was with Drew Brees and the San Diego Chargers as the offensive coordinator. That's how him and Brees are well known to each other. And then in 07, he took over for when Nick Saban left Miami. He was the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Didn't have a good year. They went 1-15.
Right.
And then from 08 to 2012, he was the Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator, which he got fired during the season. Which, man, what's the odds? And then Baltimore goes on to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
because he wasn't agreeing with what the coaches wanted him to do. And now he will be the LSU. This is his job list, and he is considered the offensive coordinator and the quarterbacks coach, Dad, for LSU.
They never said his salary, did they?
No, it will. From what I'm hearing, it's going to come out.
Let me tell you something. LSU's paying us some money. That's all I can say.
Oh, it's around the $1 million a year more, from what I heard. That's what they were saying on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's
more than that.
That's going to be around the $1 million, $1.5 million a year, something around that.
But you know what? We got to do something because Miles is there. Okay, he is a good coach. Okay, let's look at his record. But we need. That's what I was telling you, Uncle Saturday. Uncle Rand. We need something to jumpstart. We need something with this football team because there was 10 players left. They win the drive. Something got to be done. We got the talent out there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's all I can say.
To me, with Cam Cameron, is what he brings, that pro style. It's going to be interesting because LSU kind of has a pro style quarterback in Mettenberger. That experience that he has, like you said, Mettenberger basically just saved his career.
Well, I want to see it because I wasn't too impressed, and I told y'all the whole season, and I'm not jumping up.
You got to say though about Mettenberger, he improved at the back end of the season.
Yeah,
you got to say that.
I think he got the talent. He just needs somebody to show him.
But you look at over the years, Dad. LSU has brought in talented quarterbacks. We never have the coaches to develop them. You notice that we never have.
Same thing, Lane. I want to say
never
that. Good job.
Have
they said
the
same
coaches.
Exact thing.
We never. But think about it. Coaches never get. Quarterbacks never get better when they play for LSU. No. They never get better. They stay the same. We don't build quarterbacks. This guy can do that. I think this guy can make our. Hopefully he stay. The problem though with Cam Cameron, with that big name, if he does have success with LSU, it's gonna be him staying. That's gonna be the biggest problem with him.
Do what, Lane? I didn't hear that part.
The biggest problem with Cam Cameron though, if we do have success, he's not gonna stay at LSU. He's gonna get back into the NFL or something.
Well, I ain't worried about that now. I'm worried about doing something with that football team.
Yeah, Dev, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be funny with you. We got to do something. After the Chicken Bowl loss, but they got some people that Virginia. You hear me?
Yeah, it was a bad loss. It really opened the eyes of a lot of LSU fans. A lot of people who were on Miles' side definitely started diving off of the bandwagon. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. But other than that, we could, I'm all excited. Like I said, they said when they said his name Friday, it's either Friday or Saturday, the baseball game, standing ovation. So even, again, we talked about last week, Drew Brees gave him a big article, how good he is. That right there showed me we got to do something.
Yeah, Brees was definitely, he definitely gave him a vote of confidence.
Yep.
Brees definitely gave him a vote of confidence. Look at where Flacco has became as a quarterback. Y'all remember when he started in the league? He was very shaky.
Let me tell you something.
Look at where Flacco
became.
Has
shocked me. He has improved. He got hot at the right time. When the playoffs hit and he never let up. Hats off to him. He did a tremendous job.
No doubt about it.
Yep.
We had a big week with this. And like I said last week, we didn't have much time to talk about it. If things continue where same things are happening, Dad, with the clock and right players not coming in at the right times, now what? What do you do at that point?
Well, they better do something. You know what I mean? That's why they get him. It's hard to, let's see how I could say that to make it.
What I'm saying is, what if it keeps happening?
Miles don't have to worry about certain things. Now he better, you know what I mean? Pressure off of him, Lane. Something.
No, but I get all that. But what if it keeps happening now, even after we bring in Cam Cameron? What then? What do we do at that point? It's interesting. It's a tough question. It really is.
Yeah, you need to pay attention. Lane, this is a wake up call for him, for Miles. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. After this year, after that big contract, what we did in the Chick-fil-A Bowl, we had a discouraging season. He's going to have to focus now more on other things. I'm telling you.
He's gonna have to focus on more of being
On coaching, something.
Yeah. He's gonna have to focus more on being a head coach, a game managing head coach. Yeah, I agree.
Man, you're talking about a contender that went from the year before to the national championship to the Chick-fil-A Bowl and lost.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. It really is.
No, it's not. No. And signed a big contract the same year.
Right before the game. You know, that's what really got a lot of
people
fans.
People deserve more around here. You know, it's not you know, and yeah, I do listen to Tiger Talk, and I do get a lot of information, listen to them. This is people that know they inside, and they saying, man, things got to change right here. You know, you got a lot of people, and excuse my saying, pumping a lot of money in this program. You know?
What are you excusing? Why did you excuse?
No, well, you know, I don't want to talk about money, but still.
Yeah.
You know, they pump a lot of money in this.
By the way, not to go off subject here, we do have it clicked. There is with Spreaker Radio, there's an option where you can click explicit or not explicit. We do have explicit clicked in case we do pop off and say a curse word on an accident. So we are protected by that, just to let everybody know.
Yeah.
But Dad, go ahead.
You know, yeah, people drop a lot of money in this. And I know two right now that gave up their motorhome passes this year because it just costs too much. You know what I mean? To go to to not see nothing.
Well, it's a slap in the face, and I know we going overboard, but it's not. It's just the way things were handled in that game. I honestly, I still say that LSU regretted giving Miles that contract after that game. I still say that when that game was all over with, there was some people at LSU that regretted giving him that new contract.
How they say that in the front office?
Yeah, the boosters. Yeah.
That was some very, very mad people here. You know, and again, you got 10 that left. Well, you can't count the honey badger. That's 11 going for the draft. No college team has never did that. You know that.
Yeah, it's too much. We're being looked at.
Unacceptable. Yeah, it's
very
not right.
Unacceptable. And you know what it is? Look at the players, guys, who have returned or are going to return to Alabama this year and who returned this year to Alabama.
Yeah.
Who could go to the pros, who have already won national championships. But you know what?
That's right.
They want to play for Nick Saban. They want to play, which I don't know. Alabama really doesn't have much to be happy about after last week, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, boy.
Man, if y'all hadn't... Okay, we'll go ahead. We already brought it up. If y'all hadn't
football
heard...
is still... we could talk football every week, y'all.
This is a football-based show. Here. Yeah, it is. And you look at it, you turn it on ESPN, on SportsCenter. Football is still brought up every day. You know what I mean? It's still a main topic. Football is year-round now.
It's always football.
Because it's so popular, Dad. It's a year-round sport.
That's what I'm wondering.
Is that your phone making that noise?
Do what?
Is that your phone making that noise like that?
Yeah, it just started, Lane. Hold on. It just started. Let me try to switch phones. It might help. Hold on.
Okay. All right. We apologize for the technical difficulties here on Cajun Sports Radio.
I don't know what happened. It's just that's my line doing that.
Okay. Let's take a commercial break, guys, and we'll try to see. Maybe I'll recall Dad, and we'll try to see if we can maybe get this fixed for y'all. This is Cajun Sports Radio. Yeah, this is Cajun Sports Radio, and we will be back in a second. We are presented by Best Buy ATV. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back in a second.
Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio, hosted by the Cajun himself, Lane.
Hey, it's Lane from Cajun Sports Radio, and right now we have to talk about Best Bike ATV. This is something that you need to know about. Best Bike ATV is a full-service mechanic shop, locally owned and operated, specializing in the repairing of most ATVs, dirt bikes, and motorcycles. They sell a full line of aftermarket as well as factory parts and accessories. They have a factory-certified mechanic on duty at all times. They are an authorized high lifter, Gorilla, STI, and ITP dealer. They are located on Highway 1 in Echo, Louisiana, about 7 miles north of Marksville. Their operating hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit their website at www.bestbikeatv. Contact them at 318-597-9022. Once again, www.bestbikeatv.com, 318-597-9022. You're going to want to check them out. You will be very impressed. Tell them that Lane from Cajun Sports Radio sent you. Thank you.
Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio.
All right, we're back here at Cajun Sports Radio. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we're back and ready to roll. Mad's got his phone fixed, and we're ready to roll. Quick note, before we go into any more, the Saints hired a new running backs coach, Dan Rashel, and they moved Brett Ingles, who was the running backs coach, to offensive line coach. So, some new things kind of switched up.
That was a good move, I like it.
Yeah, very good move. And by the way, it looks like Vilma and defensive end Will Smith will possibly, they're both going to restructure their contracts and remain New Orleans Saints. How about that? That's at least Vilma. I'm happy for that. I don't know about Will Smith.
Will Smith, they must be doing a lot of negotiating. They must be doing a lot of talking there to keep him. You know what I mean?
Well,
I thought he was gone. I thought he was gone.
They're doing the same thing they did with Michael Vick's contract. Michael Vick was owed last week. So if they would have kept him, the Eagles, he was owed so much money. If not, they could have cut him. Well, Michael Vick decided, look, I'll work with y'all. Let's restructure. So he cut that other contract. He did a one because he knew nobody else was going to pay him that much money.
That's right.
He signed a 1-year deal worth $10 million. By the time you bonuses and stuff like that, it'd be worth about 10. That works out, but it works out great, guys, for both sides because this is not a good year, guys, for draft. There's not many good quarterbacks coming out of the draft this year. So if it don't work out, he could go. If it works out, he could sign another contract. You know.
It worked out good, and you know I'm happy for him.
Yeah, and it showed too that he wants to make it work in Philadelphia. You know, it showed that he wants to get paid too. I'm guessing, but
yeah. Don't worry, they know how to work it. Where when they roll, when they're back against the wall, you'll take less money. You know that.
Right, and this is gonna be a whole nother team than we used to looking at when it comes to the Eagles. Chip Kelly gonna be the head coach. We know about that. We had a very popular cut happen last week. You remember Woodson there for Green Bay? Charles Woodson, he gets cut, Dad. You know, the popular DB. That was a big deal for Green Bay. That was a big story. We basically just trying to update y'all, kind of go through the topics of what happened last week in the NFL. But how about the main story of the day in sports? Lakers owner, Bus. I get him and Jim and Jerry confused. I think it's Jerry. Died, Dad. He dies at the age of 80. So how can the season for the Lakers go any worse, man? It's just been. It's
that's just
You have
everything going. You know what I mean? And the owner died. It's bad deal.
That bad you have the Dwight Howard thing being just an absolute debacle. I mean, it honestly is. I've been keeping up more with the NBA and watching, and he doesn't want to be there. He does not want a dad. And basketball, I know you don't keep up with it as much as I do, but you know how Kobe Bryant is. He's very competitive.
Oh, yeah.
Phil Jackson made him that way. He's the type of guy who coaches on the court. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's the type of guy, he's going to be hard on you. If you're not playing to your potential, that's how Kobe is. Phil Jackson bred him to be that way. If you notice that at the end, Phil Jackson didn't have to do much coaching. He put the game in Kobe Bryant.
He just sit down.
He put it in Kobe Bryant's hands. That's why. He bred Kobe Bryant to run this team. And that has just not worked out with Dwight Howard. I don't know if you keep up with it. It's something every day. He cannot play with Kobe.
Since football season.
Right.
I've been keeping up. You know what I mean? It's just.
He cannot play.
It's working out.
No, and the thing is, he's came out and said that it's different to play for. Dwight Howard is known for being the type of guy. He got to where he's at, people, because of his size. He's a thorough. Let's look at it. I mean, the guy's a horse. He can't shoot free throws. He has no shot. He got Dad to where he's at because of his size, and he's never had to work hard for anything. He went to Orlando. He was the main guy. Everybody kissed his behind. Now he comes to L.A., he's not the main player. It's Kobe's team. It's not his team.
That's a whole different ball game.
Right. You come into a team where, hey, Kobe, this ain't your team. This is Kobe's team, and he can't handle it, Dad. In your experience with basketball, I know you played, how much different can it be? You being that main guy on that team, and then you having to go to another team and have to step back. How much?
Big difference. That's a big difference. And it turns everything around. You are the man.
And you got to kind of step back. Yeah, you got to step back and kind of listen to somebody else.
Yeah, you got to listen to somebody else. Bad deal. So his name was Van. What? Dwayne? Van something.
What's that?
The owner that
Jerry Buss. Jerry Buss.
Yeah. Okay.
And his son Jim takes over, and his sister Jenny Buss, which conveniently enough is engaged to Phil Jackson right now. His daughter, Jerry Buss's daughter, which is going to be interesting. Don't be surprised if you see Phil Jackson back in L.A. next year. But
it's just a matter of time, Lane.
Yeah, he'll be back in L.A.
If they pay him, he'll go.
Yeah,
he almost got there.
He wanted to go back, but they didn't want to give him the money. You know what I mean? They couldn't afford. He wanted ownership of the team, and he didn't want to travel with the team.
Hold on. When they see what's going on this year, just hold on.
Yeah.
They'll pay him.
And you and I have always, I remember years ago, we've always followed the Lakers. Going back years, going back to the Shaq days. You and I have always followed the Lakers, but now
it was followed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Remember that?
Yeah, you've been really and truly. Dad knows a lot about the game of basketball. He grew up with basketball, and on that topic, Michael Jordan yesterday, it's been a big thing all over ESPN. He turned 50 this weekend. And conveniently enough, at the same time, Dwight Howard has been going off. He's been scoring 30 points a game and doing it. Over 30 points a game and doing it, guys, shooting over 50 to 60%. So he's hitting his shots. And he's getting rebounds, Dad. He's getting assists. Dad, the guy is unbelievable. And doing things that MJ, wasn't doing, and basically doing shit. I'm sorry, excuse me, doing stuff that has been exciting and on the Michael Jordan level. How good was Michael Jordan, though, Dad? I mean, he was that guy, wasn't he?
Oh, unbelievable. He was just, to me, the best. Michael Jordan was, Magic Johnson was good. Well, I can name players,
I compare.
Michael Jordan was the man.
I compare. You know who's an animal? And, he's been hurt, and Clippers have struggled. And, I used to love to watch it when they played with the Hornets. Really, him not being there is why I don't even enjoy watching the Hornets. Dad, they have been losing. He's been hurt. He comes back. There's something about this guy, Dad, how he works the ball around the court. He's unbelievable.
We watched him the other weekend.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Yeah, me and you sat down Sunday and watched him play last Sunday.
He's unreal.
He's unbelievable. And the thing is, with him, people have compared him to be Magic Johnson or better. Does he kind of remind you of Magic Johnson? I mean, is he in that ballpark?
Oh, yeah. And there's another everybody keeps forgetting about. I could go back to the old school. Larry Bird. You never hear no one talk about him.
He was a beast, wasn't he? He was an animal.
Oh, huh? He was unbelievable. He went to Indiana, his college, and he ended up retiring with the Celtics. Mm-hmm. No, Larry Bird was one of the best three-point shooters in history. I don't know if everybody knows that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, you don't hear nothing about him.
Well, you got him. Well, didn't he play a lot of his career before the three-point line? Wasn't like a lot of his career.
The three-point line wasn't even there. But they kept saying how good he could shoot like that.
Now,
it was unbelievable.
Him and I'm actually about somebody else. It's on the old school topic. He died. A lot of people said that if things would have ended up different for him, and that's Pistol Pete Mavericks. How good of a point guard was Pistol Pete? I mean, how good was
he? When all this happened, he never had a big career. He died. He was a watchman like when he played for LSU. He would have been, honey.
Oh, yeah. From what I heard, he would have been like one of the best point guards to ever play the game. I mean, there's a reason why we call it the Pete Mav in
he was on
Tiger Country.
Yep.
But since we're on that topic, right now it's you look at the NBA, and I'm sorry, we've had the All-Star break this weekend. We get back in action, I think tomorrow night. We'll start playing ball.
Tomorrow night we play the Sixers, I believe.
Yeah, and me and you sat down this week, watched the Hornets a few games. We've been keeping up with them, and they're just so young, guys. They do things. They're moving the ball better, I think. I don't know what you think. They're getting better defense underneath. Yeah, they're starting to get underneath the goal. They're better defense underneath the goal. I think they're a team that if they get a couple of stars next year, I'm not saying they can make the playoffs, but maybe be a 500 team. What you think?
Yeah. I feel we need some more we need some more. They're young. They're doing good.
Well, I
need to see what Chris Paul left. Yeah.
That sank the frame. I mean, he was unreal. I mean, you remember that year, that in 07, remember him, David West. He made David West look like an all-star. Him and David West and Chris Chandler. And we came.
We were rolling there, Lane. We made the playoffs. You know that.
We were one game.
Remember that year?
Yeah, we were one game away. We lost to San Antonio. If we would have won that game, we would have been in the Western Conference Finals. We were that good that year. We were good, man. We had a team.
We were rolling,
and it was behind Chris Paul. It was. Let's be honest. It was behind the team. Was behind Chris Paul. He goes to L.A. and makes that team. I mean, I know they already had Blake Griffin, but he makes that. He's the quarter. He's a quarterback of the offense, is what he is, Dad.
Yeah.
I love, and you look at him, you look at Steve Nash. He plays for the Lakers now, but he's old. If you remember Steve Nash, he played for Phoenix for years, played for Dallas. I love a good point. Huh?
He's still an animal.
Yeah, and the thing is, what I love, he's with the Lakers now. I love good passing point guards. Guys that can pass, shoot. I love those. They're so fun to watch. Yeah. They're so fun to watch. And I'm going to ask you something, Dad. You look at, I remember Chris and what's his face, Nash can both. Yeah, they could both throw the ball right where it needs to be. It's almost like these guys could be quarterbacks, if they wanted to be.
They quarterbacks of basketball.
Yeah, it really is, and it's very fun to watch, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's go ahead and do a quick Eastern Western Conference standings. In the East, no surprise, Miami is just mopping up, man. They just, last couple of weeks, they wanted to show people, hey, we for real. 36-14, they're dominating first place in the East. Then you got the Knicks at second. Then you got Indiana that you need to watch out for. They got a lot of B players. They don't have any big names. That's where David West plays, Dad, is in Indiana. Brooklyn at 4. 5, Chicago, which Chicago's waiting to get Derrick Rose. He's another good point guard. He's been hurt. I know you heard about it. Derrick Rose. He tore his ACL last year. They're waiting on him to come back. He's unreal, Dad. He's another unbelievable point guard. Atlanta 6th, Boston 7th, Milwaukee 8th. Then you got in the West, San Antonio at 1. They're definitely good. They've been playing good ball. San Antonio's always good, Dad. Every year, San Antonio.
Same old story every year.
They're good every year. They got a good coach, though. They got a really good coach. Oklahoma City, which I think they're another team that's unbelievable. They got destroyed by Miami Thursday night. The team to watch out for, and it's the Western Conference is about speed, and we're going to move on, but if Chris Paul can stay healthy, Dad, I think it's the Clippers. I just think if Chris Paul can stay healthy, you better watch out for the Clippers. That's what I got to say. But
you got to stay healthy, though.
He's got to. Dad, he's had injury problems, hadn't he? Over years, he's had injury problems. But
that's usually what happens.
Yep, and I was just our little, we're gonna do that every week, a little NBA talk. As we move on now, we're gonna talk a little college basketball real quick. Then Dad's gonna do his Yodi segment. Not gonna be we're moving things along. You and I kind of watched a little bit of college this week, including LSU, who've won they won their last 2 games, Dad. Beating South Carolina, which you're going to talk about. You're going to talk about in your segment in a little while.
Yeah, they've been playing tough.
You're going to update people with everything in your segment, but the thing is now in basketball, we're seeing so many upsets, Dad. We're seeing so many these home court advantages.
You are going to see that.
It's amazing, and it seems like number 1 keeps going down.
Ball lane is hit and miss. If you have in other words, it's not surprising. Like you see a number 5 team lose against another 21 team. You know what I mean?
Well, you're seeing worse than that. Well, you're seeing... Yeah. Which, by the way, a team that we haven't talked about, guys, and we need to, is Louisiana Tech. Dad, have you watched Louisiana Tech play? They're only a couple... they're in the top 30. You know that. They're in the top 30. They could beat LSU. They're unreal, Louisiana Tech. They're going to be in the tournament.
Really? They're good at basketball?
They're unreal in basketball. Yeah. They came a couple of votes away from being in the top 25. They're like number 30, really? I think. Yeah, they're about to be. If they win, if they have a good week this week, they might make it into the top 25.
So they can beat LSU.
Oh, they would beat LSU. They got a better team than LSU does. Oh, yeah. Dad, the way it works with basketball is different than football. You can match up. I mean, these small schools dominate. There's been years that UL Monroe and UL Lafayette have beat LSU. But let's the top 10 right now, college basketball. Indiana, who's unreal. Miami, who's unreal at number 2. Gonzaga, who's fun to watch at 3. Michigan State at 4.
Every year Gonzaga comes out.
Every year they're good. Around tournament time. Florida at 5. I still say watch out for this Florida team. They have a couple of losses on the road. You don't think?
They lost to Arkansas.
Yeah, but that was on the road, though. Look at Duke. Duke has lost some tough games on the road. I mean, a lot of teams. Look at Indiana at number 1. They've lost some tough games on the road.
I tell you what, if LSU keeps doing the way they're playing, if we can stay healthy in the SEC tournament, if everything stays good, we're on a hot streak.
Well, at that note, okay.
Right now, the way LSU's playing, we can stay with any SEC team right now.
Okay, on that note, now that you say that, I'm going to go ahead and cue the music, stop everything, because that will start Yode's segment, Dad. Let's start Yode's segment. You feel comfortable starting Yode's segment?
Yeah, no, I just want to say, the way LSU's hot right now, with 500 in the SEC, right now we could beat any team in the SEC. We are 500 right now. They are playing good. They're clicking. What hurt us, we started at 0-4.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, everything's going good. They're playing good basketball.
Playing team basketball, and they doing it behind Johnny O'Brien.
Basketball. But there's only one thing I'm worried about. They set it aside. Johnny O'Brien said people's out there looking for him to go.
Yeah, but you can't look at that. Anybody who's good in basketball goes pro. So you can't look at Kentucky. They had a whole team of freshmen last year, and they all went pro. You know.
And that's what discourages me about this.
Well,
you finally get a team. You finally get your and hats off. They end up signing that guy from Baton Rouge as a big McDonald all-star.
Let me explain real quick, Dad, who he is. He's a McDonald all-star from Baton Rouge at that, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He is the best signee that we've gotten since Johnny O'Brien, they said. He's the best signee that... Look, and you know what I love now? This shows that our coach is doing something because he's keeping the talent in Baton Rouge. He's keeping the talent in Louisiana.
Jones is doing a real good job.
Yeah.
Or if O'Brien could stay and everything, you know what I mean? He got one more year, we would be tough next year.
I heard that if Johnny O'Brien stays, that we got a shot to win the SEC next year. We got a shot to be competitive. Yep. And, Dad, let's look at the scores of the last 2 games. South Carolina Wednesday night. I watched some of that game. You watched some of it on ESPN too. 64-46. It was close at half, Dad. And LSU just came out just fired up. Same thing against that. LSU scored 80 points against Mississippi State. You know how hard that is in college basketball? You know how good that is in college basketball to score 80 points? That's good. That's a lot of points.
I know that's what I'm saying, Lane. That's what scares me. That's what scares me. They're getting, let's see how I can say that. I don't want them to get too hot at their own time because we started too bad, but I want the SEC tournament where we can have a chance. I have my hopes up to get in the NCAA tournament. But you know me, I'm always thinking ahead of the box. But
LSU right now is ranked 101 in the RPI, which is kind of like the BCS in college basketball. That's not going to be good enough to get into the tournament. 101, that's not even good enough to get in the NIT.
SEC tournament, you will.
Oh, you win the SEC tournament, you automatically in.
I know. Oh. Right now, we're 15-8.
Mm-hmm. 6-6 in the conference.
In the SEC. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought I lost you. We're 15-8 this season. We're 6-6. We just started off 0-4. That's what hurt us in SEC.
We started off. That was and we did good non-conference. We won some big games non-conference. But it just seems like after that Georgia loss, it was our 4th loss in a row in the SEC. We play Texas A&M in a close win. We go to Kentucky and barely lose to them, 75-70. Then against Missouri, who was ranked number 17, we beat them, and then it just seems, how did we lose to Alabama? I heard that loss at Alabama February 9th was a stupid loss. It was one of those freak losses that we should have won. Dad, you factor in if we would have won that game.
Had a bad night.
Yeah, that's right.
He was off whole night. I read that. He was off. O'Brien's been hurt. You know that. That's another thing.
Right.
He plays and he stays hurt. He stays hurt a lot. That that's what's hurt us too. When we were 0-4, he wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing, yeah. I've seen that.
The
Makes a difference.
3 of these games, he did not play. He was out.
Let's look at Johnny O'Brien's stats. Let's just look in the last 5 games. Okay, last game, Mississippi State, 12 points. 12 rebounds, Dad. 2 assists. Before that, not too big. 10 points, 5 rebounds. Then the loss to Alabama, 22 points, 11 rebounds. And then listen to this. In the win against South Carolina on the 14th, I'm sorry. I've been going backwards. Okay, the last 2 games. Listen what he had Thursday night in the win against South Carolina, Dad. 30 points, 10 rebounds.
He broke a record, I want to tell you that.
Unbelievable. And then against Mississippi State Saturday, he has 10 points, 8 assists, 11 rebounds. Daddy, he came 2 assists away from having a triple-double. That's unbelievable.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. They're all hot right now. We think you just hold on to it. Our only chance is the SEC tournament to come wide open. You know that.
Well, what happens, Dad? Let me ask you this. I know we don't play anybody. From what I'm seeing, unless Missouri gets ranked again, we don't have anybody ranked left in our schedule. So it looks like you said, even if we win the rest of our games,
we're still gonna have to for the tournament. Tournament.
We're still gonna have to win the tournament though to get in, right?
Oh yeah, the way I look, we still got to win the tournament because that 0-4 in SEC play hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
Now they talking about right now, Johnny Jones might get SEC Coach of the Year. Can you imagine?
That would be a great honor, wouldn't it? That'd be a great honor.
Yeah, he's in the runners. He's in the runners. Now, real quick, I know time-wise, I talked to the Lady Tigers. They played a good game yesterday. They've been winning. They've been good. Look, this week, let me tell you, LSU basketball, LSU basketball won, the boys. LSU girls softball won. Well, they unbelievable. Watch for them, y'all. Just watch for the LSU girls softball. And the baseball's unreal, too.
Well, hold on, though. The baseball played a 3-game set. Right, and Dad, the baseball, they played a 3-game set this weekend, right? Did they win 2 out of 3, all 3? What?
They won all 3.
They won all 3.
Performance. They said the pitching. I watched them a little bit. Let's see. We worked your house all day Saturday. Sunday, I watched it. Y'all, the pitching is unbelievable. Tiger, I'm about LSU. We're not looking at they got the team. It's too early to tell. Not even close to last year. We lost at Sunnybrook. We got a team this year with pitching and defense that's unbelievable. All 3 games were sellouts. All 3. That's what I'm saying. They said the baseball team this year is going to be unbelievable. Let's see the scores real quick. First game, we won I got to look at the scores. I know the second game we won. The third game we blew them out. It was no comparison. I got to just go back. But there's so much to talk about. I'm not pulling scores. Even the softball. Look at the score real quick. They won another big one. This weekend was unbelievable.
And you have Cam Cameron getting inducted and everything.
Yeah.
By the way, got to throw you off of your deal. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, ESPNU. LSU goes to Tennessee. LSU's that's good. That shows that the country's starting to like them. Their last 4 games, they've been on national TV. Yeah. It shows that LSU's starting, because if they start putting you on TV, that means you're playing good. And it looks they've been putting on LSU on TV a lot, Dad.
Yep. They have. I know I'm looking real quick the scores for the baseball. You know, like one game was like 5-1, and even yesterday's game, like 10, 11-1. Game 2 was 5-1. Y'all watch out for LSU baseball. That's all I can say.
Do you think this is a team that can but like they said on the radio that I listen to, the station I listen to Friday, if LSU doesn't end up in Omaha, though, it's a bust. It's a bad year, right? If they don't, if the season don't end in Omaha,
end up in Nebraska, it's a bad year.
It's a bad year, right? High expectations for that baseball team.
Here we go. Here we had the baseball news. They opened the season with a 1-0 win over Maryland. They broke the record. Listen well, the record paid crowd. And I'm talking about people that paid. That was not, you know what I mean.
The people who showed up.
12,373. That has never happened in Alex Box Stadium.
That's probably college baseball. Because you do know, they said on the radio that LSU, over the last 10 years, has the best attendance in all of college baseball. By far.
Yep.
Man, college baseball, that's unreal because college baseball doesn't average that many fans. You know that. College baseball is not a big thing. It doesn't average that many fans.
You just don't go to the computer and hit it.
No.
Again, you have to go to a certain site because they won't have it.
ESPN doesn't even cover college baseball, guys, till...
Not at all.
Till, you know when they start covering baseball? Omaha. You can't even find... Yep, that's the only time... When do you see a college baseball game, a regular season college baseball game on regular TV? Maybe like on Cox or one of them stations like that, but not big-time TV. No. It's not a big thing. Now, you can...
March Madness, you know?
Oh, exactly. Which, by the way, Yodi and I will be all over. Here's the thing. I think this is a good format, Dad, that we're going. We've had plenty to talk about. LSU starting to heat up. And, guys, if you have anything that you want to add that you want us to talk about, email us. You have our email address. Let us know. We can see if we can help you. This is just our post-football talk, really. And that, I think the format's going pretty well.
Yeah, in fact, I ended up getting excited, so I start talking about with all this going on with LSU. I just got to say something real quick again. Like I said, I talk all LSU, not just. Again, with hats off with the softball. I know that's way out the league, but I'm going to talk about LSU softball real quick. They had a perfect weekend again against Nickel State. It don't matter. We played bigger teams than this all week. So far, we're 10-1. Okay, that's the first time the LSU opened since 2007. 10-1, you know what I mean? So, so they have been beaten. They even went to that big classic tournament the other day. And they won. They are good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. LSU is just doing good. Hats off to them. And we're number one in the country. Number one in track. Anyway.
That's awesome. And that's what we love about Yodi's Corner. It's what it is, guys. It's an LSU corner. Dad knows. Dad eats and breathes. He loves LSU sports. Always has. And it's something that we look forward to hearing. Dad, any more to add on your corner before we go ahead and get out of here?
Well, just real quick. Hats off to Johnny Jones. Everything goes good. I hope he's in the running for the SEC Coach of the Year. If they stay healthy, I think they got a good run for the SEC tournament.
Well, let me ask you.
I think they can stay with Florida. Yes.
Let me ask you this. And by the way, Tuesday, we're going to be all over that game Tuesday night. Back to Mr. Johnny Jones. I heard he stayed with that guy in Baton Rouge. He kept on him, make sure he didn't want to leave. How big of a signing was this for him to get this guy and make sure that this was a talent?
I don't know how they got him.
This is something that led in previous years that this guy would have went out of state and played somewhere else.
Hey, Kentucky wanted him.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama wanted him. Every SEC team wanted him. I don't know how. I guess don't just stay with him. You know what I mean? It's huge.
That's one thing that I have to say about John Brady. He was a decent recruiter. He got decent talent.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. Trent Johnson wrecked the program with recruiting. Let's be honest, Dad. He killed us. He didn't bring any talent, Trent Johnson. He really didn't. He didn't. Because the year he did good, he was playing with John Brady's recruits. I mean, you're right, Dad. He destroyed us.
He didn't pull no names, Lane. He didn't pull no names.
No.
That's what I kept telling you. He's going to run the program in the ground 2-3 years ago. I kept telling you that.
And he did. Let's be honest. He really did. He pulled this program in the ground.
I wanted to go after a big name in basketball. I wanted to go with a big name. When they said they were going to hire Johnny, I'm like, God dang, he ain't no name. He did junior colleges.
Uh-huh.
So now with him pulling that big recruit, we've got to do something here. And we still need to go see a game every weekend, something. Y'all, me and Lane have been trying, but every weekend something.
Something going on, yeah.
I want to go see a game. And we're going to mess around and not go see one.
We'll see if we can make something happen. We will definitely probably do it.
We'll see one last year, so we went to the tournament.
Yeah, we had a good time. We went to see him play. We did. And this is kind of off the wall sports news. Pro wrestling is kind of a big thing. It's small, and I do get into it. Wrestling. WrestleMania is the big thing every year. This year, in fact, next month, it's in Giant Stadium, the big stadium. 80,000 people show up. I mean, it's a big thing. More people show up to that than football games. Well, Dad, it was announced today that WrestleMania next year will be in the Superdome. That's what you big.
I've seen that. I wanted to say that.
Which last night, Dad.
See it, Lane?
Nah, it's too big. I'd rather watch it on TV. It's too big of a. You wouldn't be able to see. In other words, if you were sitting on the top in the Superdome, you'd never see.
Oh no!
But last night they were in the arena for a pay-per-view, and tonight, guys, right now as we speak, they're in Lafayette, at the Cajun Dome right now as we speak.
What? The wrestling?
Yeah, they on TV at the Cajun Dome as we speak.
What
in the Rock. USA. The Rock is there. He was there last night.
And me and you went to see him. We went and watch him in the Cajun Dome. What? 6 months ago.
Right, and The Rock was in a fight last night against CM Punk. He did win. It was a fun night last night in New Orleans at the arena, and then tonight they're moving on to the Cajun Dome. And like Dad said, all the big names are going to be there. Supposedly, Dad, they're going to have a Mardi Gras parade for The Rock for winning the title tonight. And it's going to be on TV. It started at 7. I recorded. It already started about 40 minutes ago. In Lafayette. Yes, in Lafayette. But yeah, the big news. WrestleMania going. Y'all don't understand. WrestleMania is like the Super Bowl for wrestling. It is going to the Superdome, and people are excited. That'll bring a lot of money. It's going to bring a lot of money for New Orleans. A lot. That's a big thing. It really is.
They end up everything after Super Bowl after Mardi Gras. They end up getting another leg with the boat. Going for a boat. So they put 2,000 rooms. It never stops in New Orleans.
Never stops. And New Orleans needs this, Dad. They really do. It's pumping the economy back up. And speaking of New Orleans, Dad and I will be in New Orleans this weekend for a wedding. So, we better keep y'all updated, guys. Great show, Dad. Anything to add before we close it out?
Oh, very, very good show. Appreciate everybody listening. And have a good week.
Yeah, guys, have a great week.
Next week.
We'll talk more football, more basketball, more everything. Guys, sports is starting to heat up. We March Madness is coming. The NBA playoffs are coming. We got plenty to talk about over the next few months. This is Cajun Sports Radio. We are presented by BestBikeATV.com. Go check them out. Thanks for listening. And like that, have a great work week.
Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio.